Hi Aries, welcome to your Harsh Truth reading for the 17th through November 16th. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below, including the recommend a reader shout out, which goes to Missy. Much love and support to her. Hopefully you get a chance to check her out, show her some love and support if you like what she has to say. This is intended for a romantic love reading, but it may resonate in other areas of your life, such as money, friends, family, job, career, etc. All right, Aries, what is your harsh truth, Aries? Aries, harsh truth. Aries. Ooh, the Fool. All right, I'm liking that. Hangman, could be Pisces. Seven of Pentacles. King of Cups, also Pisces. Interesting, Aries. Three of Wands. Chariot, Cancerian. Two of Cups. Look at you, Aries. Oh, thank God, because there's been a couple that have been doozies. This should be uplifting him. All right. Look at that. Chariot, Two of Cups. Okay. What's this Hangman about? Hold on a minute. What do we got here? We got two sevens. All right. We got two threes, two sevens. So we've got, ooh, we've got new, is there a proposal? Are you talking about taking things to the next level? Talking about moving? Someone's going to move closer to someone else so you can see about the relationship. Taking it to the next level. What's this Hangman about? Aries. Nine of Wands. This is Seven of Pentacles. Uh-oh. Well, no, it's not bad. Uh-oh. Just, we're okay. What's this Seven of Pentacles? The Empress. What's this Three of Wands? Seven of Swords. What's this Chariot? Two of Pentacles. What's this King of Cups about? Page of Swords. All right. So, this looks to be like there's a move coming. I feel like distance is an issue here, and this is, you two are either taking a break, but I feel like for some of you it might be the relationship's contingent upon somebody moving closer to somebody else. There could be distance involved. For those of you that are not, it could be that you two are taking a break from each other and you're only communicating as friends for now, because there's something there, but for whatever reason you two can't, it's not, you two are misaligned. And I think that you're wanting some time to figure things out, and you're like, you know what, this is where it ends for me if this and this, right? And they're trying to decide if it's going to be worth the effort, worth the amount of work involved. And so it might be that you two are acting very civil right now with each other. You're kind of not getting, which is weird, because how do you go from, not calling weird, but how do you go from that whole relating to each other in a certain way and then kind of cutting things off and just being very courteous and civil? And I think you are very hands off at this point. Like, well, I've said my piece. I know what needs to be done. I know what I want to do. And I think they are in decision-making mode, trying to decide if this is going to be worth it, to make the effort, is this going to be the relationship for them? And so it looks like there's kind of, either both of you are kind of, I don't want to say circling each other, but kind of, doing this whole, like, I need space, and we're talking very courteously and civilly. It could be that you're kind of circling each other on, or sort of lurk following each other on social media or whatnot, and being very civil and kind, but there's no emotional connection. You both are guarding an emotional connection with each other. You're not really investing emotionally in each other. You're not connecting that way anymore. And we got the Two of Cups here though, but why? And we got the Two of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. All right, what's this Two of Cups here? Hold on a minute, almost done. What's this Seven of Swords here for? Seven of Swords here. Look at that, Ten of Cups. Okay. This Two of Cups here. I like that. What's this Two of Cups? Hey, boobies, boobies. Everything's better with. Right. So awesome. Whatever the heck is going on with you, you're waiting, and there's a decision-making process going on here. So it looks like it's going to pan out. Is this you two can't maybe you two are together and you just have to wait for something else before you two can move or transition or something. But there's this sort of brief waiting period and decision making period and deciding what's going to happen. It looks like you're waiting. It looks like they're deciding. Are they the one that has to make the move? And you're just like, well, I've said a piece and this is where I'm based and I want to stay here. Or you know where I stand. You know how I feel. Either we're gonna either do this or not. And I'm really hoping that you're going to take that leap of faith with me. But this is what threshold is. This is what the parameters are for me. These are my such and suches. And I really hope that you can come around. And, you know, that's this talk right here, is having that kind of come to source, if you will, meeting about like, all right, let's talk brass tacks. What's going to happen here? Again, if you're already, so it could be that heart to heart you're having. It could also be, though, that you are kind of finding your way back to each other and communicating. Like there's going to be, you know, both of you have kind of come full circle. Maybe you broke up a while ago, and all of a sudden somebody reaches out. Could be you're dealing with Pisces, let's be honest. And then it kind of goes from there. Like enough time has gone by now because you were like, well, I don't want to get too emotionally involved, or maybe I was, but I'm not going there again because of the way things were at the time. And then here comes this person being like, you know, I've been thinking about it and I don't like the way things ended, or I've come full circle and I've realized that, you know, got that 9 of Wands again, realized that this, and this, and you're just sitting there kind of nodding your head like, mm-hmm. So it could be that they weren't ready for the relationship, and not that like, oh, they're an immature, you know, no, but I mean, it just could have been, you know, work schedules, or someone had a lot of things going on, or age, or distance, whatever. Somebody's ready for it now. And I think they're real. I mean, look at, we got the 10 of Cups, we got the Chariot, we got the Empress. This is somebody who's ready for what they weren't ready for before. And it's kind of cool because you've just been kind of doing you, and kind of just been keeping your options open, and doing your own thing, and going about your life and planning your business and handling things. And then it looks like you two are in talks because they're finally ready to be able to take the next step. But I think, to be fair, I think they knew you were it all along. And I think that's why there was hesitation, or why they're like, okay, I cannot do this right now because I have to go deal with this first. I got to take care of this, and this before, because I know that you're it. And I got to take care of this stuff before I can have the it relationship. So I think, and maybe you always knew that too, because it's like you were waiting and hoping, but not holding yourself back, but you kind of always knew. So it was like the right person, but the wrong timing. And that it looks like that timing's coming around again now. And it starts with, here she comes. Oh, yep. It's her underwear. And I just bought some packs of underwear for her because that's what she likes to drag around the house. Yep. Okay. Sorry. Okay, she's not gonna. There it is. All right, got it. That's embarrassing. Yeah. So you two were kind of, I don't know, and I feel like they're gonna be the one to reach out, and I feel like it never really kind of ended. You know, you two always kind of knew, but you weren't gonna make any moves on it. You were just gonna kind of wait and bide your time because you knew. But they had stuff they had to take care of. And then here we see it. We got the Cups in the world here. So this is it, about it all coming together. Which, but it's like finally. Because this person has handled the other stuff in their life so that they can now be ready for all that is. I mean, we got the World and the Empress here. And the thing is that they're not the type of person to do something lightly when it comes to that. So I don't think they want to do it halfway. And they didn't want to give anything less. I don't think this is a maturity thing. I think there was either distance or work or something else keeping you two apart, and very maturely. So you probably decided that it was best to keep things at bay, or, well, we should just break up for now. Like, it's kind of like two people that fall in love, but we're young. We got to go off to college. So we do that. And then years later, we've always kind of kept in touch. Years later, we're actually in proximity now, and it takes off like a rocket because of that. And you both know it's right. That's what it's like. So, But I feel like it's more so about the other person. I mean, because we're looking at it from your perspective. I feel like they've done what they needed to do, so now that part of their life is taken care of, so now they can focus on you and put the work in and the effort and the devotion and the attention with you. And it can be what you want it to be. So honestly, that's pretty cool on your part if you have the patience and foresight to be like, nope, this is not the right time, but I do know that that person is the one for me. And the restraint that goes along with that, because you don't see that a lot. Usually it's called divorce and drama, but it looks like you circumvented that with some maturity and wisdom here. Right person, wrong time. Go do what you need to do, come back, and I'm not going to tell you I'll be here, but I'll be here. I'm not going to tell you that. What else for Aries? What else for Aries? Yay. All right, so I pulled this one. I was like, no, because that doesn't fit. But I think this is about leaving the drama behind, leaving all the chaos or the indecision, whatever it was before that was keeping you apart. That gets left behind now, and you two are transitioning. This is a card of transition, and again, we have the world here. So this is leaving what was behind now, because you two can finally leave that behind now, and you can transition together. And in some cards, it shows a family doing that. So this is all about, I don't think this is about you two breaking up. I think this is about you being able to finally move forward together. I think you have secretly been waiting or hoping, but not actively like letting it be known. But I think you've been kind of keeping tabs on things, and I think they're finally ready now. And I think they're the one that reaches out. I think it's going to be online. I mean, maybe you've always kept in touch, but I think within the next, I don't know, 5 or 6 weeks, if it hasn't started to progress already, it's going to be made known how they feel or what they've been thinking about or what they want. They're going to be the one to initiate, because you've been waiting, not waiting, but you've been receptive, because I think you were the one that recognized, you know what, there's a line and we're not going to cross that. We're not going to go there, because I'm not going to be one of those people that throws away my future and my stuff just so that you can have yours. Like, no, I'm not that person. And that might have been why you two didn't work out before, was because you both had stuff to do, and neither one of you was going to sacrifice that essential part of yourself just for a relationship. So here you come again, and now is the right time for it. Back then it wouldn't have been. All right, what else for Aries? Crikey. All right, five of swords. Yay, okay. 5 of swords and the 4 of wands. Boom. 5 of swords, 7 of swords. Cutting out the riffraff, making decisions that will streamline your life. So this is basically having maybe a series of talks about what to do, what not to do, kind of clearing the air, catching up on past, what have you been doing? How's it been? We never really talked about what happened between us, that sort of thing. This could be clearing the air. This is having truthful conversations, cut to the chase, decision-making, honest conversations, and this is transitioning as a couple. So this could be that, there's a lot of air to clear, a lot of things to discuss, or like, all right, if we're going to move forward, if we're going to do this, here's the parameters, here's what we need to talk about, but it's all about getting to the bottom of it so you can transition to this coupleship that you both wanted, just couldn't have before. So I don't think this world means an ending or closure. I think for this reading, I think it's more about completion and all is right with the world. Like, this is about things finally coming to fruition. The seeds have been planted and it's finally coming to fruition. Okay. All right, Aries. I hope that was helpful. That's not really harsh, is it? Well, thank God, because some of these are really stinking heavy, and I feel like an ogre, an Eeyore. So I'm glad for this. And I also kind of like the savvy nature of you kind of biding your time. Like, well, I know we're going to be together, but the other person has to realize it. So I'm going to be over here doing a thing, and then here they come. All right. I hope this was helpful, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Thank you for stopping by. You take care.